What's up, everybody? This is Kyle Elliott here from Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Palmetto, out here in Cane Bay, Somerville, South Carolina. I'm here for all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, advice, whatever the case may be. I'm back for another NFL and college football wrap up. So football's done for the week. It's Tuesday, a couple down days. All right, so we'll get right into it. As expected, there was a few games in college that were all right. I talked last week about Georgia, Tennessee. That was a good one. Georgia ended up sneaking it out in the end, 44 to 41 in overtime. That was a really good game. Um, I talked about the other ranked matchups, Miami and USF, South Florida. And as expected, number 5 Miami took that 49-12. Um, I talked about Texas A&M and Notre Dame. Number 8 Notre Dame was the highest ranked team that went down this week. Um, and then also ranked teams that went down. Let's see, Clemson, number 12, went down. South Carolina, the local team, number 11, they went down bad, 31-7 against Vanderbilt. The rankings were kind of weird. So you would expect that everybody kind of push up one above Notre Dame, but instead, Florida State jumped like 3 spots, and they took the number 7 spot away from Texas, who dropped down. And then, nobody bogus, but it'll all come out in the end. We'll see. Next week, my hometown team is going to be the biggest game of the week. Illinois against Indiana. Nobody would ever expect that's the biggest college football game. Indiana put up 73 points last week. Illinois got a tough defense. They've hardly given up any points this season already. They're number 9, so it should be a good one. And there's a couple of games that not too many people are going to care about. Texas Tech against Utah, 17-16, and Auburn against Oklahoma. I don't see Auburn doing too well there, but that's why you play every game. All right, now the NFL. I hate that this week started off the way it did. The Packers won again. I can't stand the Packers because I'm a Bears fan, but that's the next game I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, the biggest point total of the week, 51 points for the Lions put up on my Bears. We're in a sad state again. It's happening again. But they are two tough teams the Bears have played, so maybe they'll come out better. A lot of games that nobody cared about again. Rams, Titans. Rams won. Big deal. Cincinnati, Jacksonville. Cincinnati squeaked that one out and lost their quarterback for up to 3 months. So Joe Burrow's out again for up to 3 months. Or maybe, I think it's at least 3 months. Ravens put up a quiet 41 points. I say quiet because it seemed like the Browns actually dominated them, yet not in the score. So, oops, you got to figure out how to score. Of course, Buffalo took out the Jets. Almost everyone expected that, except my friends that are Jets fans. Sorry. They're like the Bears, lovable losers. New England beat Miami. That was not a great game. I mean, it was a good game, but I don't know who's watching that. San Francisco squeaked one out against New Orleans. Maybe the game of the week was the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Giants. That one was last second field goals, overtime, 60-yard field goals. Did you know that there's been 7 60-plus yard field goals to tie the game or win the game, and 4 of them have gone against the Giants? That's odd, but it happens, I guess. But yeah, Dallas took that one out in the end. Crazy. Seattle beat Pittsburgh, so Aaron Rodgers loses. That's cool. Let's see what else we have. Indianapolis. Who would have known? They haven't punted yet this year. They won again. It might be one of the worst teams that is 2-0. There's some out there. Arizona. Arizona won against Carolina by 5. What I thought was going to be the game of the week wasn't as interesting as it was supposed to be. Philadelphia and Kansas City, but Kansas City hasn't won yet. Super Bowl, well, not. I mean, they won 2 Super Bowls in a row, and then they lost, and they haven't won since the playoffs last year. But yeah, 0-2 start the year. Atlanta beat Minnesota, and Minnesota lost their quarterback. It was the week of losing quarterbacks. Tampa Bay beat Houston, and the Chargers beat the Raiders. I don't think too many people care about those games. Yeah, so on to next week. We have the Rams against the Eagles. So that's a couple unbeatens. Cincinnati against Minnesota and the challenge of backup quarterbacks. So that could be good. It could be bad. Arizona and San Francisco, both teams are undefeated, and I don't feel like either one should be, but somebody's going to lose, and somebody's going to be 3-0. And then probably the game of the week for NFL next week is the Monday night game, Detroit against Baltimore, and that should be a good one. All right, I cut this video down about half. Maybe some more people will watch it, but that's your week 3 of college football and week 2 NFL wrap up. Again, Kyle Elliott, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Palmetto. Call me, 619-207-1067. I'm here for you.